Hi, good day everyone. Today we are going to discuss Gardner's multifold of intelligence. But before that, may I introduce to you my group mates. Alberto Vargas, Amabel Onrovia, Gina J. Burlagdan, Jenna May Valenzuela, and yours truly, Eileen Vargas. The concept of multiple intelligences is a theory proposed by Harvard psychologist Howard Gardner. When you hear the word intelligence, the concept of IQ testing may immediately come to mind. Intelligence is often defined as our intellectual potential, something we are born with, something that can be measured, and a capacity that is difficult to change. What came to your mind when you hear the word intelligence? For me, intelligence means you're a top student, always having perfect score. But when I started to read the multiple intelligences of Mr. Herbert Gardner, my perspective about intelligences was changed. The theory of multiple intelligences was first proposed by Howard Gardner in his 1983 book titled Frames of Mind, which means where he broadens the definition of intelligence and outlines several distinct types of intellectual competencies. Gardner argues all people have different kinds of intelligence. He further argued that we may all have intelligences, but the profile of the intelligences may differ individually based on the genetics or experience. It is important to note that Gardner defines intelligences as a biopsychological potential to process information that can be activated in a cultural setting to solve problems or create products that are valued in a culture. As we can see, to capture the full range of abilities and talent that people possess, Gardner theorized that people do not have just an intellectual capacity, including have many kinds of intelligence, musical, interpersonal, spatial, visual, and linguistic intelligences. He suggests that the traditionalization of intelligence based on an IQ testing is far too limited. Hence, Gardner proposed 8 different intelligences to account for a broader range of human potential in children and adults. Let me now briefly discuss the 8 types of intelligences.
Verbal linguistic, a part of Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory that deals with sensitivity to the spoken and written language, ability to learn language, capacity to use language to accomplish certain goals. According to Gardner's, people with linguistic intelligence have the ability to analyze information and create products involving oral and written language such as speeches, books, and memos. People with linguistic verbal intelligence remember written and spoken information, enjoy reading and writing, debate or give persuasive speeches, are able to explain things well, use humor when telling stories. If you're strong in linguistic verbal intelligence, good career choices for you are writer or journalist, lawyer, teacher.
Next is logical mathematical intelligences. Gardner logical mathematical intelligences refer to the capacity to analyze problems logically, carry out mathematical operations, investigate issues scientifically, have the ability to develop equation and proof, make calculation, and solve abstract problems. The characteristic people with logical mathematical intelligence have excellent problem solving skill, enjoy thinking about abstract ideas like conducting scientific experiment, can solve complex if you're strong to logical mathematical intelligence, good career choices for you are scientist, mathematician, computer program, engineer, accountant.
Visual spatial is a features the potential to recognize and manipulate the patterns of white space, those used by navigators and pilots. According to Gardner's, people with spatial intelligence such as Leonardo da Vinci and Garry Kasparov have ability to recognize and manipulate large-scale and fine-grained spatial images. Characteristics of people with visual spatial intelligence: read and write for enjoyment, are good at putting puzzles together, interpret pictures, graphs, and charts well, enjoy drawing, painting, and the visual arts, recognize pattern easily. Potential career choices: if you're strong in visual spatial intelligence, good career choices for you are architect, artist, and engineer.
Body kinesthetic. the intelligence movement shown by dancers, athletes, and surgeons. According to Gardner, the potential of using one's whole body or parts of the body. People with bodily kinesthetic intelligence have an ability to use one's own body to create product, perform skills, or solve problems through mind-body union. People with bodily kinesthetic intelligence are skilled at dancing in sports, enjoy creating things with his or her hands, have excellent physical coordination, remember by doing rather than hearing or seeing. If you're strong in bodily kinesthetic intelligence, good career choices for you are dancer, builder, sculptor, actor.
According to Gardner's, musical intelligence refers to skills in the performance, composition, and appreciation of musical patterns. People with musical intelligence, such as Freddy Aguilar, Leia Salonga, have an ability to recognize and create musical pitch, rhythm, timbre, and tone. People with musical intelligence enjoy singing and playing musical instruments, recognize musical patterns and tones easily, remember songs and melodies, have a rich understanding of musical structure, rhythm, and tones. Potential career choices. If you're strong in musical intelligence, good career choices for you are musician, composer, singer, music teacher, conductor.
Personal. The capacity to understand the intention, motivation, and desire of other people and consequently to work effectively with others. Gardner believed that people with interpersonal intelligence such as Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa have an ability to recognize, understand people, mood, desire, motivation, and extension.
According to Gardner, interpersonal intelligence is the capacity to understand oneself, to have an effective working model of oneself, including own desires, fears, and capacities, to use such as information effectively in regulating one's own life. For Gardner, people with interpersonal intelligence have the ability to recognize and understand his or her own moods, desires, motivations, and intentions. This type of intelligence, according to Gardner, can help a person to understand which life goals are important and how to achieve them. People with interpersonal intelligence analyze their strengths and weaknesses well, enjoy analyzing theories and ideas, have excellent self-awareness, understand the basis for his or her own motivations and feelings. If you're strong in interpersonal intelligence, good career choices for you are philosopher, writer, theorist, and scientist.
The next is naturalistic. Naturalistic intelligence involves expertises in the recognition and classification of the numerous species, the flora and fauna of one's environment. People with naturalistic intelligence such as Charles Darwin, Jane Goodall, have an ability to identify and distinguish among different types of plants, animals, and weather formations that are found in the natural world. Characteristics of naturalistic intelligence are interested in subjects such as botany, biology, and zoology, categorize and catalog information easily, enjoy camping, gardening, hiking, and exploring the outdoors, dislike learning unfamiliar topics that have no connection to nature. Potential career choices. If you are strong in naturalistic intelligence, good career choices for you are biologist, conservationist, gardener, and farmer.
Theory of multiple intelligences propose a major transformation in the way of our schools are run. Be trained to present their lessons in a wide variety of ways: music, cooperative learning, art activities, role play, multimedia, field trips, inner reflection, and much more. The theory of multiple intelligences most has strong implication for the adult learning and development. Many adults find themselves in jobs that do not make optimal use of their most highly developed intelligence. For example, the highly bodily kinesthetic individual who is stuck in a linguistic or logical desk job when he or she would be much happier in a job where they could move around. Recreational leader, a forest ranger, or physical therapist. For this reason, the theory of multiple intelligences gives adults a whole new way to look at their lives, examining potential that they left behind in their childhood, a love for art or drama, but now have the opportunity to develop through courses, hobbies, or other programs of self-development. Another important educational implication from the theory of multiple intelligences can be summed up through individuation and pluralization. Individuation posits that because each person differs from another, there is no logical reason to teach and assess students identically. Individualized education has typically been reserved for the wealthy and others, could afford to hire tutors to address individual students' needs. Technology has now made it possible for more people to access a variety of teaching and assessment depending on their needs. Hence, pluralization the idea that topics and skills should be taught in more than one way. Activates individual multiple intelligences, presenting a variety of activities and approaches to learning helps reach all students. Encourage them to be able to think about the subjects from various perspectives depending their knowledge of the topic.